Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. God is God's mistake. I had to turn off all these previews. Da 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 dum bum bum. How did the Twitch? How did the does this actually work for once? Don't you love when your code works? Man, isn't that the best? It's like my code actually works. I'm eating dinner too. Oh god. I'm eating dinner and I'm coding. Hey Adam. Shout out to the art eraser, I beg. Oh, I like Adam. Oh god. I'm just checking to see if this Twitter thing works, and then I'll get on with the show. Yup. You know, most of Twitter is like nothing I really care about. Tell you the truth. Keep getting reminded of that. All right, so it looks like everything is working as planned. There I am. We have live chat. The end. Okay. Next song. I need to put one of those cool things on my Twitch so you guys can follow Spotify. All right. Two whole viewers on Twitch. Not bad on YouTube. Everybody's gone. All right. Well, time for me to do stuff. I'll turn this down. All right. Here's what's going on. So, I have this data.yml file. It's got my schedule in it. And, I mean, it's pretty basic. You know, I figured whatever. Just create a little bit of a structured file. And then what am I going to do with it? I'm going to put it right here. I want to make it so that it sees the weekdays line and puts it in the right place. That's the only thing in that section. And I want this one to find the weekdays, weekends, and put it in the right place. The rest of the file I don't want to mess with. So it's basically like poor man's templating, right? But it's just, you know, writing a generator file is a thing. And I actually added generate to AFK Works. Put a plugin for that tomorrow at, what time was it here? Tomorrow at noon, Friday at noon, my time. We're going to be talking about AFK Works, but I just added to the standard proposition for a proposal, I suppose, for having generate be the standard word, the semi-standard name for the file within a knowledge node for generating anything. And that means, you know, I actually wrote about it. So, I mean, let me show you. So if you want to do this, repo view AFK Works /spec-w, that will open up GraphQL repository name AFK Works spec. Oh, it's S. So here it is. It's github.com AFK Works /spec. And this is where I just keep dumping all the notes I have over the years. I'm trying to collect them all again in a way that's cohesive and version, all that. So remember, by convention, an optional generate script can be placed in each knowledge node. Its purpose is to generate static content from dynamic sources, including other files. While the generate script must never be executed by anyone but the node creator, being considered nothing more than the text file, it does provide localized insight into the origin and rendering of all the data within the nodes. For this reason, it should always be included when possible. This is one of the things about Gatsby that I really, really loved when it first came out. Now, I've since kind of fallen out of love with Gatsby. It's got a lot of problems, but the original idea that we were going to have static site generation from data sources, specifically GraphQL, when it started, really was compelling to me. In fact, to this date, my most popular repo, I mean, I haven't been pushing GitHub repos, but the most popular one I have to this date is this Hugo one, where it basically turns Hugo, which is a static site generator, into basically an engine for data rendering, and it makes it data centric instead of blog centric, kind of like most of these static site generators are. And I wrote a tutorial about that, and you can go read that if you're a Hugo person. But more importantly, I like this idea of being able to standardize, at least by convention anyway, that generate should be a script. It can be, you can run it, but the reason it needs to be a script is so you can look into it and you can say, if you're browsing a node or you're sharing a node with somebody else, you should be able to go into the node and say, this is where this data comes from. So it's kind of like an insight into where that data comes from and how it's created. Hey, Chetsis. And how do you say your name? I will never be able to say it. So anyway, hi, Peter. So this is what we got. We have a situation with my cozy. I want my cozy back. So yeah, we have we have this typical situation. What's this about? Oh, this is a different thing. I need to close that. That was messing me up. I only have an hour before my next mentoring session. I had a break. Somebody had an emergency, and so I've got a little bit of a break here. So that explains the sound. What are you talking about? Oh, my cozy? Yeah, the fire in the background. Yeah. So we have this file. It's a very common use case where you have a really beautiful file, and you want to replace it, but you don't want to bite off on an entire template engine, right? So template engines can be messy and nasty, and I've actually thought about making a tool that uses Golang templates, which are I want to make a tool for this. I haven't made it yet. It's on my wish list. To have a tool that basically leverages all the power of Golang templates, which are the most powerful templates I've ever used, and allows it to use it from just a command line like you would YQ or curl or something like JQ. I'm just clicking broccoli. Just a potato. It's just a potato like me. Anyway, so we want to replace this. So sometimes you don't want necessarily to do all that template-y stuff. Although I would like to make that easier to do in the future, and we'll see about that. I think if you had a proper tool, and it probably was one that already exists written in Go, because Go templates are so powerful. They need to be leveraged as shell scripting tools as well, but you can't do that as long as what we need to have a generic YAML and JSON data, loader that will then put data into Go templates without doing anything else, not having it be a part of Hugo or something else. We just need one tool that does that, like Go TPL or something like that. There's probably already one out there, but that's beside the point. In this particular case, I just have a Markdown file. I want to write a quick and dirty shell script that's going to take my structured data in the YAML file, and it's gonna put it in there. Now, already, see, this is why I'm okay with having like a Go dependency eventually, because right now this generate file is going to have a dependency on the YQ command, which if you haven't seen the YQ command, oh my God, it is so cool. So this actually fulfills a wish that I had on my wish list. I was able to remove it thanks to the creator, And I can actually show everything in my data YAML file like this. And I can query it directly. I can say, I guess all the, let's say schedule. I'm gonna pass, well, to this, you should start putting it in quotes. So I want the schedule, right? So I want to send the schedule. I'm gonna pipe that into something else. And I say, look, I want the activities. So I want the activities, and I want, let's say, I want the third activity. I mean, I'm just playing with this, but, oops, did I do that wrong? Let's try this. Let's just do schedule first. So let's get the schedule. There you go. And then there's only one schedule, by the way, and so the schedule has multiple weekdays in it. So we need to do this. Let's do this second item, which is number 1 list on the index. So this is the first schedule that's in the file. There's 2 of them, right? There's Sundays and Saturdays. I can go for the first one. So here it is. Here is 0, and I can actually pipe all of that. If I get rid of the number, I can pipe all of that. And this is the same syntax as JQ, if you know it, which is really cool. We were talking earlier today about how JQ should probably be added as a standard, just as important as awk or set or anything else in Unix, now that we have so much depending on JSON. And frankly, I think something like YQ, and this YQ is pretty damn close to being a JQ. I think it should also be loaded up and put into the standard. Parsing YAML data, mark my words, is going to be the more important, or as important as set and awk ever were in our new cloud native world. Everything is YAML and JSON. So those tools for parsing that stuff really, really easily and reliably are really important. I'm about to make a script that uses one. So if you pipe in the .schedule and you pipe it in, now I can take any item off of this. So if I just wanted to put what weekdays are we on, this will actually just show the weekdays. I can even show like the first item of the weekdays if I wanted to. I could do weekdays 0 because it's all stuff. So there's the first item of the weekdays, and I have a full query, using this syntax. This query syntax, I think, is more important than learning Mongo syntax. So if you know MongoDB is a JSON way of querying the database using MongoDB. To tell you the truth, MongoDB is kind of passe now. It's like, hey, 2005 call or 7 will call it once it's database, no SQL database back. These days, flat databases are like just plain old files are going to fill that gap because, if you get a decent system with a decent CPU, you can just use flat files and, God strike me down for suggesting it, but you can actually use flat files and save yourself a lot of headache without having to install a database. And I know Docker makes it easy to put a database and everything, but why? You can't version anything once it's in a database. You have to have flat files to be versioned and have different revisions of all your changes anyway, so you might as well just put them in flat files, hence YAML and JSON data files. Specifically YAML if you're just going to be maintaining the data by hand, and JSON if there's ever going to be any application that's going to generate the file. YAML is not to be generated by applications. It was never intended to do that, and it can really screw it up. For example, see what it did in my comments. And by the way, to the credit of YQ at least keeps my comments in here. Do you see this? This is insane. Most of these things don't do this. I'm more impressed every day by the creator of YQ. And this is not the Python shit that was made like years before. So let's watch this. If I put a comment up here, so here, let's see. I want to see if it maintains this line. I don't think it will. Here is a comment. Oh boy. With multiple lines. This is the curiosity I have right now. So let's just do YQ, which is just dot, which is like just dot. And we're going to have to more of that. There it goes. It maintains the lines and it maintained the white space. Now, it didn't maintain a white space after. It didn't maintain the white space after for the comments that come, inline comments after that. But it did maintain the comments. This is the first time I've seen a YML tool, a YAML tool that could be used for doing this kind of thing. And frankly, you should probably avoid inline comments the way I'm using them. That was just kind of a fun thing. The really cool thing about that is that it did crunch some of the white space, though. That does trouble me a little bit. So for example, this here, it crunched that line space there, and it should not have done that. Let's see if it does it over here too. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So apparently it like leaves the initial comments alone, but the stuff after that, you know, it's fine. That means it's removing white space and stuff, and I get why it does that. A lot of people. The other thing I really hate about this is that it tries to indent. You do not, by the specification, you do not need to indent right here, and I feel like that's unnecessary a lot of times. So it was. Look, it's not the Python is shit. It's sorry for the swear word, by the way. I really have to stop swearing because they dropped my ad, my ads because I said a swear word on the other video. So anyway, you get my point here, right? So, so, but this is the thing that I'm like getting bludgeoned into doing that I don't particularly want to do. And whenever you use one of these tools, it does things like it removes the spaces and it makes it all nice and efficient and everything. And I actually don't like that. One of the things I like about YAML, I talked about this a lot before, and I know you guys want to see the code, so let's get on with it. But I like being able to make things line up so I can just read them a little bit easier. And you know what? And you're going to be generating code anyway, so anyway, I was a little curiosity I was able to satisfy. Yes, we get the point, and I agree. All right, so next, generate. After having consumed his meal, I really do. I only have an hour, so I'm trying to get this out and get this done. I've noticed that when I stream in blocks of time, I'm much more focused. So I'm going to try to use that as well. So anyway, we have this thing here where we're going to go ahead and do schedules and get the weekdays, but we don't need that. What we need is the overall schedule, and then I need to grab the dates, and I can generate a schedule out of this. All right, so Rob also drunk code some caffeine, pep him up. Yeah, no Coke. I know caffeine, yes, but yeah, I'm out of coffee. You know what else I did? I had a 3-hour sleep nap at 1 o'clock, and it totally worked. It totally worked. Yeah, we're gonna see the final steps. I talked about sleep schedules today a lot. I don't have time right now. I've got a half an hour, but as we talked about sleep schedules, I was like, it was only about a 2-hour nap, and then the real true test is going to be whether when I go to sleep tonight, after having done yoga today, if I'm going to be able to wake up at 2 a.m. like I regularly do. Last time I went to sleep when I did this power nap thing, I actually didn't get a good power nap, but this time I did, and so I'm trying to see if that's going to shave up. Last time I did this and I missed the power nap, I woke up at 4 or 5, and it was not anything near a double cycle sleep schedule. I've encrypted it to auto build a resume at PDF off to the YAML file from the YQ discussed earlier. Would you like to see it once it's done? Hell yeah, Golden. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about moving your world into structured data. All of your knowledge. Thinking of your knowledge in whatever form, your schedules, your journal entries, your reviews, your blog posts, whatever. Think of your knowledge as structured. In other words, and think of it as something that can be generated into other forms. That way, when you store all your knowledge, this massive amount of knowledge that you get, you can, definitely learn YAML. You can get all of this knowledge and build it up, and over time you'll start. If you're earlier to start doing this, then you won't get into that situation where you have literally. I mean, anybody who's been doing any kind of technology for any amount of time will tell you that over time you have like thousands and thousands of pages of data written down in blogs and knowledge that's captured all over the place, and you have no way to make any sense of it. And if you really want to get involved with that, I told you tomorrow AFK Works at noon, I think, is when we're going to talk about that. But because it's this knowledge worker stuff, but YAML is really one of the key ones. Of course, right now it's really emerged as a leader, whether you like it or not. It's really emerged as a leader. And secondly, Markdown and Pandoc Markdown. We talked about that. So right now I need to convert this into Markdown. So here I have the two things. Now I don't really need the weekdays and information there. That's a given. What I really need is the activities. So let's grab the activities. I think I can even do this like this. Yep, there we go. So, what I really should do is do one at a time. So let's do that. So let's do the first one. So my first one happens to be, again, this is just a simple generator script, so I don't really need to stress about it. And then I need to get the activities, right? And there's actually a way to loop using YQ, but I don't know it. So I'm gonna use bash for the rest of that. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna get two things out of this. I'm gonna get and I'm gonna put my own little delimiter in it. Basically, I'm turning it into something that I can parse easily with bash. And so I'm gonna send that to dot activities. Activities. There, it's gonna send all my activities, and let's actually like chop them up, right? How do you get the comment? I wonder how you get the comment. That'd be interesting. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say activities, and I'm gonna say I want the first item. So and this is where so this is where piping gets nice, because otherwise I have to repeat that whole thing. So now I can start as if I was getting it just for the first time. So then I can say I want dot 0 0 plus, I know this is weird, dot 0 1, and that'll give me, oh wait, that's not what I want. What do I want? I don't want that. I want something else. I want the activities. Oh, I don't want that. I want all the activities. That's what I want. I want all the activities. And then I want dot 1. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Okay. And then we do this plus a dot 0 1. And now we get both of them. Oopsie. Okay, so for this kind of thing, you have to start doing some magic. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do... Actually, you know what I think I can do? I think I can do a comment in here. Yeah. Yes, I can. All right, so I actually don't want that, though. I want... Is there some other way to do it? I mean, I don't know. -1, what's that about? I don't know the syntax for YQ. I have to go look it up. But I actually don't want it like that. I want them to be on the same line. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say 0. And this can be in its own little... let's do this. Let's do plus. Plus is like a joiner. And then what? We can put here... I can put like a bar in between them. Oh, boy. And well, I forgot the closer here. So, God damn it. Let's see. So I know this is right. I just have to get it better. It's like that. Yes. No, that's not it. It's I know I can use plus. Cannot be added to string. Let's see. I don't want to add them. I want to join them, but I forgot how to join them. So time for me to look up. If you grab certain types, say projects based on a subtype, say type yes with YQ. Absolutely. Yes, it totally is. And for this, you have to look at JQ is the syntax of the language that's being used, and so it's a very, very complicated syntax. And I plan on finding. I have to go look up some of this. Oh, I gotta turn this up. This is a good song. All right, so it is totally doable. I'm doing something wrong here, so I need to look it up. All right, so we have foo 42. I like this, the question mark one. I mean, what I'm looking for is how to build up a string, and I forgot how to do that. So here you go. You got this thing. There you go. 2:4. So that gets all of them. Ooh, let's try that one. I think let's try that. So funny back. Well, we dig on your best behavior. Why it's not working? That's not working. I don't get it. It should work. Apparently, it doesn't support that syntax yet. That's very possible. So YQ is still trying to support all of the JQ syntax, which is really crazy. I mean, it's really, really complicated and powerful, and fast. Oh my God, is it fast? Some people think it could be faster. I've heard people say it's too slow, but I mean, it's never going to be as fast as a database query. But that's not what it is, right? I'm looking for the joiner stuff. Comma bar. No, I want the, there we go. The light behind it, hands while the world goes by. Parentheses work as a group operator just as any typical grouping language. You can do math too. You can use math on all the things. It's really great. It's like basically map filter reduce for YML from the shell. You can put things together. Where's the plus operator? Come on, baby. I need to find a plus operator. That's how you build up strings, and that's what I want to do. I want to make a string that has stuff in it, like printf. There we go. So if you do plus in the wrong way, it'll actually add the values. Merge, that is, insert all the key value pairs from both objects into a single combined object with plus. If the object contains a value for the same key, the object can write with a plus wins. For recursive merge, use this star operator. I haven't used that one yet. Subtraction, we're not going to do that. Multiplication, modulo. You can do math. It's like crazy. All right. So, I mean, it's not that hard. I don't know what's up with that. So let me try it. If it had a name, it'd be easier. But I deliberately kept the names off. So I think I can do this. Or not. So 2 and 4. If I do that. Why doesn't it do the other one? I think that's a bug. YQ is not written in Python. No, it is not. This one is in Go. It's much better than the Python. There is a Python one that sucks. It tries to call JQ and does a conversion of it. It's totally horrible. Make sure you get the latest YQ. And I don't know where that lives. But it's a guy who starts with M, I think. I should probably give him credit. Or her. Let's see here. I don't believe... I'm trying to make this... build up the string here. I might be pushing it farther than it's capable of doing. So normally you would just do a plus here, and my other one worked, and so now I'm kind of mad because it's using an array lookup. Yeah, but I found the Go, and it's also called YQ. It is, and I'm glad it did. I'm glad it called itself YQ. It has much more deserving. It deserves to be called YQ way more than this. This is bothering me. Int cannot be converted to a string. I'm not trying to convert it to a string. You know what it is? I wonder if I can convert it to a string. How can I convert it to a string? Can I cast it to a string? I don't know if... I've never done that before. I'm having a problem because the number is not a string. It's a number, and I just want to use it as a number. Cast... I don't know if you can. The length of the string... I kind of want it to be a number. Actually, you know what? I just need to be able to... You know what? I might have to make this a little bit easier. So if I just grab the activities, I can probably get it out this way. I can do... Well, I don't know. Let's try it like this. Data... I mean, that gives me that. But then I would have to parse that, and I don't want to... I want to try to parse it even more than that. It's actually not that hard, though. I mean, the number... I could totally do that. Yeah, I could totally parse that with Bash as well, and I could probably even parse it directly with YQ if I knew it better. I don't know it that well, so what I'm having problem parse, making that number. Is there a number? Is there a date type in YQ? Oh my god, that would be so crazy. So there's a string, there's an array, UTF-8 bytes, which you can use. Unsorted keys, has key, that's cool. Map values, path. Select, type equals Boolean. Ooh, you can even select by type. Come on, there's got to be casting here. There's got to be casting here that I haven't found yet. 2 entries from entries with entries. A lot of this stuff is done. Iterables, numbers, infinites, numbers, empty results, error message. There's so many crazy things. I don't know how to cast a string. I'm going to try. Cast. Wait, let me do another thing here. Cast a number into a string in JQ. So let's see what we can find. jQuery, hell no. God no. JQ command line tool. How do I use JQ to convert a number to a string? There we go. We got the answer. That didn't take too long. JQ.string .number given the following JQ command join. Join. That's what I want. I want join. I wonder if join's enough. Let's try it. It might do the casting all by itself. Let's try that. So, where did my line go? Did I get rid of it? God damn it. No, I don't. I want it. I want out of here. No, we need that one. I can't. If I had a panes up, I would be much better off. But there we go. Okay, so YQ schedule. Let's do this. Let's pipe this to join. We're gonna join dot 0 with dot 1. Right? What do I have to give it? Oh no, I can pipe it. I can pipe it. Oh my god. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do join with, I don't know, a bar. Yes! We have success. Success is in our grasp. Thanks to the internets. Thank you, internets. I'm really jazzed by this. So, boom. Now that's so easy to parse. I mean, that's like really easy to parse with parameter expansion. I don't even have to use a subshell and bash. So we're going to do that right now. In fact, I can pretty much write this whole thing on the command line and then just cat it out, you know, write it out, echo whatever to the shell script. So yeah, in fact, it's getting big enough. I might as well do it right now. So I'm going to go grab this and put it into the generate file. Yeah, I might as well. Why not? Lest something horrible happen to my command line. And there we go. So this is the first one. So this is, we'll say this is weekdays. This is weekdays, and this other one is weekends. Ends. All right. So then what? Then we got the data file, and yeah, we're gonna do some really fancy stuff here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Is what we're gonna do. And we do while IFS is standard while loop. You should always do the IFS just to make sure you get the whole line, including white space. While IFS read the dash R line do done. And oops, done goes right here. Done. And this that reads, you can use that to feed a string into a thing. You should always do that instead of cat. If you put cat or echo in front of your while loop, you're doing it wrong. Because when you do that, you force while into a subshell, and it can't see the variables in the scope of the script when you do that. So, and then you'll be like, why isn't my variable that I set up here on 2 lines above this while loop working? Because it can't see it, because you didn't export it. And while, when you do that, when you put the bar, as soon as you do this, you've just put while into a subshell, and so it can't see any of the variables in your top thing. You're doing it wrong. Don't do it that way. Okay, you should always be feeding in stuff into the while loop using any form of here. Okay, so every single time I see a Stack Exchange answer that says cat this file into this while loop or echo this shit into a while loop, it just makes me want to scream because they have no idea what they're doing. They don't even know it, and they're introducing bugs because they're going to be like, this variable, you know what happens when you don't have a variable defined? What does it become? 0. It's like, it's a non-existent variable. If you're referring to it and it's not there, and you do it within quotes or something, guess what? You get an empty variable. Now you get a false negative. And we get a false negative in logic that you thought was positive. Guess what? Bad things happen. So don't do that. All right. Okay, so we're going to feed this thing in. And now just to make sure it works, we're just going to go ahead and echo the line. And of course, when you use echo, you should always put quotes around it. I'm going to use my new fancy macro that automatically makes those. That's the Google style guideline for variables, whether it be POSIX or Bash, and it's relatively easy to follow if you have a little macro. It makes it nice and easy to find in your scripts and everything. So let's run this. Generate ./generate. You should never put dot in your path. If you put dot in your path, you should be shot. Do you have any idea how dangerous that is? Don't ever do that. Okay, next. I do the same thing here. We get this one done. And then what? All right, so it's actually going to be the same exact thing, just with a different number in here. I could probably put that in the script, but we'll figure that out later. So all I have to do now is watch. You want to see this parameter expansion at its best. So I want to chop everything off the end. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 of those, and I'm going to go all the way up to the bar, and I'm going to start. That says chop everything going from the backwards, the end of the string up to the bar, and throw it out. All right, and that means the only thing that we'll be printing now is a number. If I did it right, okay. Now you can do the opposite thing, like this. You can say, I want. In this case, I only have to use 1 hashtag because I know there's only 1 number. If you use 2 of the thing, it says go. It means be greedy and go up to the farthest one away. If you use 1 of them, it says don't be greedy, go to the first one. And in this particular case, I only need 1. I could use 2 because there's just a number and a bar. But I have to put the star on this side because I want to gobble off. I want to gobble up and discard everything in the beginning up to the first leg. So this is going to leave me with what? It's going to leave me with the actual name. Okay. Now I just need to join the 2. So now I can do all kinds of things because now I can say, in this particular case, I really don't need this anymore because I've got these particular. You don't need these for parameter expansions. So I can do this. I can say, we could do local if you want. I think I have to do declare because I'm in a while loop. I'm not in a, declare. I mean, if you want, it's fine. You don't have to do declare. It's just a good habit. So I'm going to do declare. I really don't need declare here. It's just a tiny little thing. In fact, this whole thing could probably be done with just plain old shell instead of bash. Let's try that. So, no need to use it. If we don't have to, I'm not afraid to use bash. I love it. It's a lot, particularly if we're using if statements and stuff. But in this case, let's do this. Let's say, so now I have what? What is the first thing that I chopped off? So this thing is, what do we have here? This variable is the activity equals this, and then this is and this over here is the hour, right? So hour equals this, and then I can just do we can printf it, I guess. Printf and we'll do hour and an activity hour activity, and we'll just do %s %s. I mean, I already made it into a table, but let's say I want to do more with it. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, it's already suitable to be a table, but I'm just playing. In fact, I'm doing overkill here, kind of. So let's do this. I just want to see if it works. So, oops, redirection unexpected. What I do? Is it doing it? Is this redirection? Should not be doing that. No, I already checked that. What is up? Okay, what are we doing here? We have I don't know what's going on. I have an error of some kind. I don't think that's there. Where's my error, people? I have an error. I'm just gonna do this right now. It might be my printf. Let's check. Redirection unexpected. That doesn't make any sense. Line 8. 8. What is up? What is up? Echo, hello. See, did I break something? Line 9 is status redirection. What did I do? I broke this somehow. Please tell me I didn't break my data file. No, okay. I've broken something. Generate, I need a new... Give me a sec here. Install script. Nice. Init tail. Ooh, I'm gonna go look at that during my sessions here. How do you find... Where's the radio? I want to find radio. Go to radio. There we go. So in love. Orchestral maneuvers in the dark. I broke something, and I don't know what I broke. I do not know what I broke. Oh, I know what I broke. No, that's not it. Damn it. What did I break? Alright, I mean, I gotta go back to square one here. I broke something and I have no idea what it was working fine. It was totally working. Alright, where do you go? Generate. Job not found. What does that mean? Wait a second. Break up into functions. Yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah, if your stuff. Yeah, definitely functions are good. But stuff doesn't really start out that way, right? Oh, wait. Echo. So that worked. Oh, look at that. Wait, let me put it in quotes. This is one of the most annoying things about Echo. If you don't put double quotes around it, it will just smush it all together. And you know what? That's exactly what's happening. I bet you anything that is exactly what's happening. Yeah. I bet you anything. I don't bet you anything, but let's try this. How about we just echo line? I don't know why that's not working. Oh, I know. Because it's got the double quotes in here. Maybe that's it. Try this one. Am I doing the script thing wrong? That should work, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm going to have to go in 10 minutes here. This is going to be a bunch of dumbass said shit. Nope. 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 I'm doing it right. I have no idea I'm doing it. It's like some simple little thing that I changed and I don't know what it is. It's like making me mad. I don't use Intel very much. I need... This is... No. This is... No. Just no. Bash while loop examples. Okay, let's try... Look at these horrible loops here. 2 down. That's a good one. That's fine. Come on. Show me feeding something into it. I don't want get opt. Get opt sucks. That didn't help me. List of strings, that doesn't help me. Keeping you in a loop for bash, nope. String less than 5, well, you know, nope. Nobody knows this because all this stuff is bad. Loop over a string, there we go. No, no, God, no. Oh, passing in a string. I could almost use a for loop for this. Yeah, I could almost use a for loop. Let's try a for loop, shall we? You know what? I'm not that married to the way I'm doing it right now. Let's try it. A for loop would also work. So because okay, so if I do this, if I do ifs equals, you gotta do this with your for loop too. For line in. But the problem with this is then you have to like, well, you know what? Let's do that. This is like so we can test it. Okay, so let's put this into a variable. Say we can like read this into a buffer. We can say buff equals block, and then for a line in buff. Oh, yeah. Do echo line done. That should work. Let's try it. Generate. Syntax error. Do unexpected. For line in buff. I'm doing IFS in the wrong place. I don't know where IFS goes. It's not gonna work. Bad loop variable. I don't know where IFS goes right here. I might have to do it. There. See, but it sort of did it wrong. No, it didn't. It did it right. All right, that's fine. The problem is, yeah, no, I got it. Okay, that's good. I mean, it looks like IFS was set already. I don't know why that is. Because 4 reads anything in like if it's smushed together, right? And these don't just have single words in them. If I had multiple words in it, I'd be screwed. See, watch. This is the only reason this works is because each one is a separate line. So I want to show you why IFS is so important. So if you go in here and I put sleep good. Watch. So when I run it now, it's gonna have a problem. Oh wait, it didn't. That means IFS must be set properly. All right, well that's good. That's good to know. All right, IFS, so you gotta watch out because it'll lump together a whole bunch of stuff in ways that you don't expect. To generate, it's okay. Echo line. We got the line, we got the hour, we got the activity, echo activity, boom, and oops, generate. Where are you? There you go. So I mean, it doesn't do anything fancy. Look at that. It did two. Look at that. It did 2 job. Oh, it did the wrong thing. It loaded all the rest of that into a single buffer. Did you see that? So that is IFS. That's the problem I was talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about. It slurped up the whole freaking thing. So I need to set in Zcat. I don't like Zcat. It says it's an extra. Zcat is an extra subshell that I don't need. It says setting IFS with bash for loops. So it's probably good that I look up IFS with 4. I use it with while all the time, but I don't use it with 4 very much. And for values, there it is. Come on, tell me the answer. Internal variable, there it is. So they're doing the thing where they save IFS off and then they reset it when they're done. I could probably just set IFS for the whole entire thing, but I'd rather. There's a way to do it so it only applies to this specific execution, and normally you can put that right before the loop. So that's why I'm wondering why it's not happy, because it should do that just fine. I mean, normally I would do this. I would do IFS equals blank because you want to unset it. You can also just unset IFS, but it's more likely you're going to see it because when you put it on the same line like that, it only affects that line or that block. It doesn't affect everything else after that. And if you do it the other way, it's really annoying because if you do it the other way, if you do like unset IFS, the problem with this now is that now you're going to get rid of the whole thing. It still has the same problem. It didn't even work. So let's set IFS to blank and try that. Still has the same problem. I don't know what's going on, guys. It was totally working. Now it's not working anymore. I want to go back to my while loop version. I don't know, man. I'm almost out of time. I will let you experiment. If you come up with a solution, let me know. But mostly, I don't even need to do that because why? Because the content is already in the format that I want. Because tables. Let me show you. Just so you can see how this is going to end up, and I'll finish this on my own. But all I need to do is replace weekdays, right? And anything up to here. The truth is, I can actually just say, I can replace weekdays and anything up to here with something else. And that's most easily done with a Perl in-place replacement, but I could use sed-o on that or -i, and there's a bunch of other ways to get around that. Wow, food. So I'll try and work on this again later tonight when I come back to it, and we'll work on it some more. If you guys want to pick up where we left off, I'll leave the same topic later tonight. In the meantime, if you want to play around with some shell, I'm going to actually go back to my read line. I like my while loop line much better. So while ifs equals that, we're going to do read dash r line do. And then we're down here, we're going to say, actually, you know what? I can do this. Buff. Yep, buff. And we'll get rid of you for a bit. I'll get rid of this too for a bit. So that's how you read from a string, by the way, into a while loop. So let's try that one. Maybe we'll get that to work before we go. Syntax redirection unexpected. I don't understand that. I'm having a problem with that. It should not be a problem. It should not be a problem. I mean, that is definitely not the way it is. It's the three. Oh! Can you see it? I feel so stupid. You witnessed it here. 20 minutes of complete idiocy on my part. Because I tried to go back to POSIX. Time for me to end the stream in shame. Note this date. Mr. Rob was wrong, as Lawnmower so enjoys noting. From a safe distance. Watch it work now. You know, remember I said, what things did I change? I was like, it's working, and now it's not working. What did I change, people? Yeah, I changed bin bash to bin sh, and that made it POSIX compliant. Every time I come by you, make a mistake. It's true. I make mistakes all the time. Are you kidding me? But I just happen to do it for everybody else to see. So, note to self, triple here for strings does not work in POSIX. For that, you'll have to use that stupid something else. I rest my case. Can you do that in Z shell? Let's find out. Before I leave, I gotta go. I'm gonna get a call in the middle of it. I actually have to go right now because I'm literally gonna get interrupted. So I have to go. Bye.